Welcome to Animal Rescue Postmortem, where we analyze animal rescue videos from around the world, breaking down techniques, outcomes, and the critical decisions that make these rescues succeed or fail. Hosted by Chief Carmack, who holds certifications in multiple technical rescue specialties and has over 40 years of experience in human and animal rescue. Get ready for an insightful look at these life-saving operations.
Volume 10, video number 20. Let's get right to it. We've got elephants trapped in a mud pit here. Okay. It doesn't look very big, and we've got a nice edge to work off of here. Unfortunately, we don't see much of how they did this rescue, but we are able to see just a moment, literally just a few seconds of what we think that they did here, and in terms of the techniques that they used. Man, they must be pretty miserable. Okay, so what's our safety considerations here? Well, you know, we're in Africa, so you could have hostile villagers here is one consideration. And then also, once these elephants start to get extricated, and assuming that they're wild elephants, they may not, let's pause it. They may try to protect the herd, not understanding that you're trying to extricate them from that situation. Okay, so we can see a strap here, and the elephant is being dragged in that direction. We don't know if it's just been tied around its neck, its trunk, whatever. Either of those are going to be inappropriate to extricate any animal. They look exhausted. They're having a hard time getting up there, and you can see this big strap. I don't know if that's a section of fire hose or if it's actually a piece of webbing that they've used. What an amazing species of animal. I mean, they really stick together and try to help each other out in amazing ways there. I'm always impressed with elephants. They're one of my favorite species. And their social structure is quite amazing. Okay. And you can see it may have already taken up a defensive position there. But the Africans that know anything about elephants are respecting that space because, well, you don't want to get squished to death or gored by an elephant. It's just not a good way to end it. I'm guessing. Okay. Yeah, we don't, you know, the people who edit these videos are just something else. I just don't like the kind of people that do the editing the way they do. Instead of just letting a video like this run out so we actually see what's going on, how come suddenly the animal's up, but we missed the part where it got up, you know? Or how they actually did the rescue. Alright, so it's repeating itself. I'm going to pause it for just a moment, and then I'm going to go full screen, because what I want... Where's that at? Okay, there we go. What I want you to see is the same technique that you're going to use to extricate this elephant. It's the same one that you're going to use for any large animal. And for this, it's ideal to use a forward assist sling. Okay, let me go full screen here. A forward assist sling that we would use on any large animal. Alright, so let me get that down so I can make sure I'm in screen here. Alright, so you got your large animal. And a forward assist sling is so simple. We're going to drape it over behind the neck and over the torso of the animal here. Get my things, my ropes. Alright, so you can see where this is placed up here. And then I'm going to turn this and raise the animal. Then we bring the two free ends of that sling here up between the legs. So if the animal's horizontal, this is still going to work. All right? And then you slowly drag it out of the circumstances that it's in with whatever you got. I mean, we really don't want to be using winches and power equipment on an animal. However, I mean, if that's all you got, you just got to be super careful, because remember, you can pull an animal literally to pieces if you do this wrong. All right, so there you go. There's a forward assist sling. Let's see, how else can I show that? Here. It looks just like that. Okay? Now, if all you can do is get to the rear of the animal, then you do the same thing right up over the pelvis there, and then those two free ends come up from behind, and then you can drag it laterally while it's in a lateral recumbent, or if it's this way, however it happens to be, that technique is still going to work. All right, this is what's considered best practice in large animal. All right, it's super. Look how simple that is. No complications whatsoever. And then you can now the challenge for that incident. Let's is to get that. Go back down here. Full screen. Yeah, you can see this is a pro operation. Is to get that. Actually, let's look at them in the mud. How in the world are we going to get that sling around the torso of this elephant in this mud pit? That is going to be the big challenge for this. And if you're using a Nicopolis needle or a strap puller that you've fabricated, that's probably going to be your best bet. But it's going to be massive scale just due to the size of these elephants. I don't think anything that we use here in the U.S. for your typical large animal like horses or cattle is going to be. The tool itself will work. It's the scale of it that's going to be different for circumstances like this. However, hey, for the little that we saw in this video, they got it done somehow. It's a shame they didn't film that. I mean, how does that not get filmed and then put in this video? What kind of plan was that? It's my question. I don't have anything else. Treat it like a large animal incident. Forward sling, rear sling assist. Happily ever after. That's it.